I have all the parts needed for a 2-post trophy kit. I've laid all the pieces out. I've used my packing list, and I've got my instructions. Now you need to remember, if you order multiple sizes, you need to measure the columns and the rods so that you have the right parts for the trophy that you're completing. The first step is to take the metal threaded rod using the short threaded section and add the coupler. Then you want to add your eagle trim to the top of the coupler until you have 2 of those rods. You pass those rods through the top lid, which has a beveled edge and a countersink on the bottom, and then you lay it on the table and pass your columns and your check rings through there. Now your check rings have a lip that needs to seat into the column and face away from the wood. If you put it towards the wood, then you'll crush the check ring. So put your check rings on, then your columns, and another check ring, and do that for both sides. And then you can attach the next piece, which is the base. Now, you want to be careful when you attach the base that you don't undo all the work that you've just done. There's holes in the base. Pass the threaded rods through the holes, just so that you can get a hex nut on the bottom to tighten it up. Now, you don't want to get it completely tight because you still want to make adjustments. You want to aim your eagle trim in the direction that you choose, and you want to get your columns lined up so that they look the way you like. It's your trophy. You customize it the way you want to, but just tight enough to make adjustments. So I've got my eagles forward. I'm going to put my columns the way that I like them, and now I can do the final tightening. Now, not too tight, you can break things, but just tight enough so that the pieces won't move when the trophy's being handled. Now that the lower section is finished, you take your figurine, you attach it to the upper lid, and you use a hex nut to do that. Make sure you line it up correctly and get the hex nut on the threaded rod, and then tighten it down. Now you want to use your lower trim. We chose a star trim using a hex nut. Put it through the hole in the base and tighten it down, making sure that it's facing the direction that you want. And the last step is to put on the nameplate. And the nameplate's made of metal, so it can easily be bent, so don't damage it when you're installing it. You remove the double-sided tape from the back, line it up carefully using your fingers, and just get it just right and centered. Then you can press it down in the center, and you've built a 2-post trophy from TrophyKits.com.